going on, guys? This is the TECNO Camon 17 Pro, one of TECNO's most recent additions to their camera flagship line Camon. I've had it for over 1 month now. I've been using it for that period, and in this video I'm going to cover all the specs, the features, my daily use of this guy, for a month, the pros and the cons, everything you should know before you buy, or if you've probably bought and the things that you didn't know. The Camon 17 Pro is one of the successors to the TECNO Camon 16 Premier line. And how were they able to get Musicbed last year and Chris Evans this year? How? Anyway, comment below who you think TECNO would grab next. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Setting up the TECNO Camon 17 Pro took over a minute when I first got it. If you want to see my unboxing video, I made a YouTube Shorts video, and I also announced that I'll be giving away one of this guy. So watch till the end of this video. During the setup, I got to set up the fingerprint reader to the side, which also doubles as the power button, and above it is the volume rocker, which is on the right side as well. And on the left side is where you've got the SIM card and the micro SD card slots, capable of handling 2 nano SIMs and 1 micro SD card. Up top is where we get a secondary microphone, and at the bottom is where we get the headphone jack. We get the microphone, we get the USB-C port, thankfully, and we get the speaker. Keep in mind that this has a stereo speaker setup that gets really loud. The second speaker right here is around the earpiece area, and there's one here. This would aid for better phone calls, better video playback, and when you're watching videos, it's just loud and it's very good. I really liked it. The back of this phone is where we get the quad camera setup with the quad flash, and the bottom is where we get the TECNO Camon branding, kind of reminiscent of one of their lower tier Spark 7Ps, which I also made a review about. Keep in mind that this is a polycarbonate material. It's got a nice stripe pattern on the back, which also adds to the premium feel. I used it with the case for the most part, so I'm able to preserve the quality. Just took it off for this review. And I also noticed that the phone has a centered dot in display camera, which is a different direction from what we had on the left side, which we typically get. As far as the display, I did notice that the chin is a little bit smaller than what we're used to, just a tad bit, but I had to point it out. The case fits very well, the cutouts are clear. However, my pet peeve was that the fingerprint reader / power button had a slight conflict with the case, and kind of obstructs your thumb when you rest on it on the power button, but it doesn't make it unusable or anything. This is also me nitpicking. Alright, so we've seen the Camon 17 Pro, but now they come with the buds for free when you order it from one of TECNO's authorized stores. And these buds, they kind of look really familiar. I wonder where I've seen them before. Inside the box, you get the user manual. It's quite lengthy, and we also get the buds itself. Although I did notice a little bit of off trim to it, it's flat on the back and on the front. These are the TECNO buds and how they look like. Also in the box, we get the charging cable and only 1 pair of extra ear tips. The charger will of course charge the case, and the case will charge the headphones inside them. They did sound fine to me when I tested them, and they have this sort of click to them. So if you're looking for a wireless headphone solution that comes with the Camon 17 Pro, you can get this, from those select stores. As always, we get to the display of the Camon 17 Pro. After 1 month with this guy, I don't have any regrets or major jitters with using this phone as a daily driver. Getting the specs out of the way, the Camon 17 Pro is a 6.8-inch, 84.4% screen-to-body ratio device, 1080p by 2460 display. It's an IPS LCD display, of course, with 90 Hz refresh rate. And as standard, you definitely get dark mode. I used the Camon 17 Pro to watch tons of YouTube videos, and I felt they were cool. Thanks to that 1080p display, with regards to the brightness level though, it does get considerably bright, so that's something you should note. And I was able to stream 4K or 2160p videos, straight from YouTube as well. It looked really appealing. It looked really sharp. I also tested my videos, since we've been dishing out videos here on the channel in high bitrate 4K as well. Shameless plug. They came out looking really sharp, and you can tell the difference on the screen between 1080p and 4K on a 1080p screen. So that's a good thing right there. Of course, it will drain your data, and if your internet isn't strong enough, you will experience some micro jitters, like shakes here and there. I did experience it a little bit. Even with gaming, which I'll go more into later, it actually comes out on top and it does render well. It gets a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Of course, you're not only going to be watching videos, so if you're using your phone to browse normal tasks daily, you're also covered. It rendered text well, and the images on pages that I loaded, they loaded very accurately. Touch sensitivity is also very good. As I mentioned, it does get really bright and you might want to tone it down a bit or employ the eye care setting, which will warm up your screen. Not warm up your screen like literally, but make the screen look a little warmer. Diving right into the software of the Camon 17 Pro, we've got right here Android 11 on iOS 7.6. This is running on MediaTek Helio G95. That's the system on chip or the processor, and TECNO ensured that they at least maxed out many of the features of the G95. Of course, as I've mentioned in a previous video, this processor is capable of 10 gigs of RAM, but TECNO tops it out at 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. There's also a smaller 128 gigs of storage version, but I got the highest 8 gigs plus 256 gig version. I haven't had any issues with multitasking or resuming tasks. I found it, plenty and, enough for me. Considering my overall usage though, I found it pleasant, except of course when you get the notifications from bloatware, everything just piles up. Haptics are also the same. The vibration when typing kind of irks, but you can turn it off. When it comes to gaming though, I'd say graphics came out very good. I'd say that the gaming graphics came out on top from most TECNO devices I have tested and that are on the market right now, except the ones that are coming maybe. In terms of the graphics quality, if you max out the graphics setting, you can't max out the frame rate, and if you max out the frame rate, you can't max out the graphics setting. During gameplay, it was super cool, and I remember that I did my normal 1 hour game testing. I did 30 minutes first and I did 1 hour. After 30 minutes of gaming Call of Duty heavily, after 30 minutes guys, I went down to from 74%, I went down to 62%. So for 1 hour of gaming, I lost 23%. So basically, not theoretically, but you can actually go for maybe around 4 hours to 5 hours of heavy duty gaming on this phone, which is cool. Thankfully, it's a stereo speaker system. You cannot block one or the other. I mean, if you block the both of them, of course, it's going to be dim, but it's great improvement here. We love to see it. Again, if you're liking this video so far, consider hitting that like button so more people can see the analysis that we're sharing on the channel here. All right, back to the video. You have a huge, somewhat huge 5,000 milliamp hour battery on this Camon 17 Pro. It lasts me for a day, to be fair, and my standby time is really good. It stays. Heavy use may not get me to the end of the day though, but I'm guaranteed something like 8 hours to my on and off heavy usage. Like I mentioned, you can actually get 4 hours of decent heavy gaming on here. I tried charging it with the 25-watt charger, and here are the results. In 30 minutes, we went from 0 to 54%. In 1 hour, we already got 91%. So already, those are good marks in my books. And just in 25 minutes, we finished charging it to 100%. It gets slow at the top like any other lithium-ion battery, but that 0 to 30 minutes is pretty quick. 1 hour and 25 minutes to fully charge this guy. 1 hour will get you to 91%, which is very fair. Apart from your PIN, pattern, password, and the likes, you've got the usual suspects. You've got face unlock and you've got the fingerprint reader. I found both of them to unlock at almost the same speed level. The fingerprint reader is just on the side here. The power button is easier to reach. I wonder why Apple hasn't copied this yet for their iPhones, but hey, it's on an iPad. Anyway, I prefer the power button / fingerprint reader combination. The power button and fingerprint situation compared to face unlock, but they both work fast. Fingerprint reader is better security in my opinion, and with everything going on with face masks, not having to remove your face mask to unlock your phone. Yeah, when it comes to the camera, which is what many people are waiting for this guy, the TECNO Camon 17 Pro, I have some things to say, and here they are. Getting the specs out of the way, we see that on the back, nothing much has really changed from last year except design. If you're not immediately taking the design into consideration, you might say nothing has really changed. Okay, Only a few things have changed, which I'll touch on now. We get a 64 megapixel main wide camera. We have an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel depth sensor for portrait mode shots, 2 megapixel monochrome sensor. And for the difference between the Camon 16 Premier, that 2 megapixel sensor was also a dedicated video camera, and now this time, it's going to help for night mode, for monochrome shot, which I'll say the night mode shots on here are good, and we'll see them soon. Then we have a quad LED flash on the 17 Pro and a penta or 5-point flash on the previous Camon 16 Premier. For the front camera, we've actually had a dual setup on the Camon 16 Premier last year. Last year we had 48 megapixels plus 8 megapixels, and this time around we get only a 48 megapixel camera, but still, it's one of the front cameras that shoots in 1080p at 30 fps, which we'll test out soon. When it comes to the shots I took indoors, I really liked how the main camera highlighted them with regards to the sharpness and the contrast. However, color accuracy was a little bit on the lower end, or a miss on the scale, but it still pulled through even as it struggles in a dimly lit room. The textures were ever present, and also when I tried macro mode, the sharpness also did come out well. And when I even checked the metadata or the file info, we see that the macro sensor is sort of higher in resolution size than the normal sensor if you don't use 64 megapixel mode. When you start going ultra wide though, you see that the camera is actually dull because it's a lesser 8 megapixel sensor, so the sharpness is not apparent. Compared to the main lens, which is 64 megapixels, it's a 64 megapixel capable sensor. When it's upscaled, it protects the sharpness of the image, and of course, because there's no zoom lens on here, when you zoom, you're actually using the main lens, so the sharpness is sort of still retained along the way, but yeah, it's just the main lens. Selfies in well-lit conditions did really well. This was shot without any edit and quite some light in the room, but when the lights are off, the lens tells a different story. Yes, these shots are both from the Camon 17 Pro. I took the camera outdoors and to take some selfies, and what I saw was a little bit confusing. Okay, this camera has a 48 megapixel capable sensor on the front side of things, but by default that's just around 12 megapixels until you activate Ultra HD. Then it shows as 48 megapixel mode turned on. Now this is what the normal shot looks like, and this is what the 48 megapixel shots look like. These shots that I took were consistent over and over again, so I assumed it was safe to say that the 48 megapixel shots was simply over smoothing things and aggressively applying effects onto the selfie camera. The normal mode was just fine. I hope this is a bug that can be fixed, because I believe I've gotten 2 software updates since I have had this guy for this year, and this still happens. At night as well, the selfie camera gives you the option to have a front facing flash. I also tried taking normal shots, and I tried taking a night mode shot. Safe to say the extra modes don't really serve the purpose, but the cameras are already good enough. Confirming what we sort of already know, the 8 megapixel ultra wide camera does a fair job and doesn't bring as much sharpness to the table in comparison to the main 64 megapixel lens, compared to 8 megapixels. And when it's in 10x from the same position I'm standing, you're able to make out some decent text with this lens, although it might have a little too much noise. When it comes to the videos being captured on the Camon 17 Pro, the back camera can capture up to 4K in terms of video resolution. Yeah, so if you want high frame rates, you're going to have to settle with 1080p. The front camera is also maxed out at 1080p but capped at 30 fps, but that has a bit of stabilization feature, which I'll show you in a bit. With regards to the frame rates now, here's what 30 fps in 1080p looks like, and here's what 60 fps in 1080p looks like. So if you want to have take a video of fast moving stuff or objects, or you are moving fast, 60 fps will work just fine. 1080p will zoom up to a maximum of 10x, and the same goes with 4K, which also zooms to a maximum of 10x. However, as with almost all the MediaTek devices I've tested and I've used, 4K is always more colorful than 1080p. I feel they are doing this on purpose. It's always more saturated and more punchy and sharper, of course. When it comes to the video indoors, the selfie camera records in a fair amount of color. This is with some light and is the best version you should get with this camera. I say so because when you're outdoor and do a selfie video, if it is sunny, you would not get the best results, as the phone would only expose for your face and not the entire background. How's it going, guys? So this is the front-facing camera video quality of the TECNO Camon 17 Pro. Let me know what you guys think of this front-facing camera's video quality as well as the sound quality in the comment section below. As you can see, it's got those contrasts at the back, and I can't tap to adjust anywhere. I can't have any serious adjustments except I move the camera. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the video quality, the sound quality, and that exposure. That takes a complex process, and the Helio G95 probably isn't super capable. I'm sure it would do well for lighter skin tones. Listening to the sound again, I like that it has a mic up top and a mic at the bottom, but it also sounds very crispy as well. And it has this eye tracking thing that just basically tracks your eye. And yeah, this is the camera quality outdoors. One mode I really liked and I thought was an underrated feature of the Camon 17 Pro is the fact that it can edit a video for you. I put edit in quotes because it's sort of a preset editing style, and you can pick a preset or a template and you film accordingly. They even provide you with a stock song, and I thought it was just brilliant. The presets are performance, travel, family, street, sport, and party. So for instance, I filmed 4 different scenes and it gave me this edit with the cuts. TECNO provides you with a stock sound. Like I mentioned, you have varying presets, and I thought this was a really cool feature to have. It can benefit those who want to have, something quick to share, a quick snippet to share on social media. And if you're advanced, you can remove their song and add your song with the already pre-existing transitions. Although I did notice that the feature disappeared on me once when I was using my phone, so there's that. Another thing I really liked about the TECNO Camon 17 Pro's camera, of course, is that, after my extended use, the night mode still kept serving. This is something I previously complimented on one of their other Transsion counterparts earlier. Night mode is actually really good. Here's a shot with quite some light, and here's another shot in night mode. It's almost like day and night. Pun intended. No, but seriously, you will get the results that you want. You will get results like this consistently, except if the light is very dark and you're not going to get anything in night mode because you don't have night vision lens yet. Anyway, you will get results like that consistently as far as the subject or the thing you're photographing is stable. The video camera at night was fair with a significant amount of grain, while with ultra wide, as predicted, it's just not so great. So that's that. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are about the TECNO Camon 17 Pro based on my experience, based on what you've seen in this video. We've got good things like the night mode, the processor, that huge RAM, and some things like the camera's overexposure, which not many people are a fan of. I don't like either. Kind of puts it in hindsight from reviews and samples I've seen. For devices in this price range, you get almost the same quality anyway. But what are your own thoughts based on what you've seen? Is it worth the price tag of, wait for it, 97,000 naira or $195? There are 2 others in the lineup, the Camon 17 for 74,000 naira. I'll drop a link to a review on the Camon 17P for 125,000 naira. I'll leave relevant links to read up on them in the description below. And for the winner of this phone, the name will be tagged in the pinned comment section of this video. So if you're the lucky one, congratulations on winning a brand new Camon 17 Pro. Alright, do like this video if you found it useful. Do drop a comment below if you have any questions or feedback, and consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when I drop a new video. Before you go, I'm also experimenting with something. If you feel you want to support the channel even more, there's a join button, and with that you will get a custom logo beside your name, you know, my logo, which I designed. The higher level means I'll also call your name during a video. So, you know, like at the end of this video, for instance, I can just give a shout out to someone, and yeah, you know, within the video, so you're part of the video. And whenever I want to live stream, which I never really have done on YouTube, only you guys who join the channel, who are members of the channel, will be able to join those live streams, at least most of them. And again, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the very next one.